Hey everyone, before we start the show, I would just like to announce a few local artisan events that'll be going down here in Virginia. I'm going to be setting up a table with all of my available artwork, from original paintings to prints, sketch cards, stickers, and I'll also be offering on-site commissions. So if you swing by my table and there wasn't anything in particular that you wanted, you can get something custom made right on the spot. So the first event that I'll be at is on April 16th at the pop-up RVA market held at the Diamond Stadium. This is actually a really cool market. It goes down every weekend and will be running until October. So even if you don't swing by to see my setup, definitely support the arts, support local businesses. There'll be over 50 vendors there with live music, cold brews, food trucks, and family activities for the kids. So, I've been there a few times. I've been a vendor there once, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. It was just fun seeing everybody back out there. So that's that. And then April 23rd, the following weekend, I'll be in Charlottesville for the High Arts Cannabis Festival. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then May 27th until the 29th, I will be back in Charlottesville for the Arts Festival. Just know that if you will be attending that one, my table will be set up there, but I actually won't be in attendance until Saturday and Sunday. But I will be doing demos that entire weekend, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you reside in or around Charlottesville, come swing by to those two festivals. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so that's it. Now let's start the show. Yeah, we'll just have fun with it. But I do have notes on some shit to because we're just gonna be promoting you and what you do. Yep. And Oh. Yep. It's really just.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. This way a bit. And we can both be in it more, because I don't want to just be.
You don't want to take the spotlight?
I want you. No. Well, I'm already in the spotlight.
Look at I'm
You're just gonna scoot out of me.
I will gradually just That's why I got the wheelchair. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to a new edition of Rated G. I'm your host, G. Terado, and I have a very special guest with me today. But before we get into all that, I just want to welcome any potential new listeners and viewers tuning into the Rated G podcast. Thank you for joining us. This is a podcast where I just sit down with fellow artists and creators, and we just share our honest thoughts and perspectives, all things related to art and creativity, and just life in general. So if you enjoy this content, please subscribe. If you're listening on podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Comment, do all that jazz, get me in that algorithm so we can build this podcast and build a community around creativity. And for those who are tuning back in, welcome back and thank you for your continued support. Lastly, I always feel like I'm forgetting something. After tuning in, be sure to check out the show descriptions. I will be providing links to mine and my featured guests' active platforms if you want to continue to follow us outside of the podcast. So just make sure you do that. And let's get right to it. So with me is a new friend and fellow artist and creator. I met her at my first time at the pop-up RVA market at the Diamond. And it's so funny because when you approach my table, I feel like I went on salesman mode. or something like and I did not realizing you were also a vendor.
Oh yeah.
But before we get deeper into that, yeah, my bad. Please welcome Mary Twist. I'll add applause.
I know. Yeah.
I'll do all that.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, and thank you for agreeing to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the first time we met, yeah, I think I was just desperate and like try to like sell. And
I bought something.
You did, which thank you again. But yeah, I think when you made when you showed interest on buying something, I was just like, and I just kind of.
Well, at the markets, it's just like continuous sales pitch, same thing over and over again. Yeah. Definitely get stuck in that routine of doing it, which I love the markets, but I totally feel you. And
just the state of mind I was into, like just all the nerves, like I think that was our last event too. But yeah, I'm glad we met, and I'm glad like we had the click. Actually, I wanted to say when we actually hung out at Mainline, I had a lot of fun.
That was awesome. Yeah.
I was really like just super chill. Mm-hmm. It was chilly. It was pretty fucking windy that
Chilling
day.
in the chill. Yeah.
But I did have a lot of fun. So it was really cool, like just feeling that vibe, hanging out, and just like geeking out too. Yeah. Talked about X-Men. And I haven't like had to pee so bad. Like I held that shit so long. Like I never held it to the point where it affected how I walked. Like how I walked was I had my hands in my pockets and I just like it was like a fucking cartoon. Like I had to keep my shit together. It was so awkward. And then afterwards I felt like $1 million. But you got me talking about
I know we went
X-Men.
Yeah. I always loved. My dad took me to all the X-Men movies, so that has a key in my heart, and
that's
key to my heart. And I don't know if I'm like happy or upset about them making new ones. Probably gonna be upset. Why replace Hugh Jackman? It's so soon. Man. It's so soon too. Like give it another like 10 plus years. I was gonna say 20. I'm like that might be excessive, but I mean they're such good movies.
Yeah, I was afraid of reopening this topic.
I know we're gonna go down a whole other.
No, it's not every day I get to talk to someone about X-Men that like actually enjoys X-Men also.
Yes.
But I hear what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely curious. I mean, knowing Marvel, it really starts off like, all right, which timeline, which team are we going with? Because essentially, like X-Men is split into 2 teams. Yeah. So I mean, there's all these other questions, and then the casting starts to matter. But I'm more curious about like how are they gonna fit into the MCU? Yeah. Like what are they gonna pull from the original source material and make it, because like a lot of the stuff in Marvel is all more of the modern storylines. Mm-hmm. So what are they gonna do with X-Men? I don't know. That scares me in terms of casting. Casting, like I'm sure they're gonna nail the casting. For the most part, they're pretty fucking on point.
Yeah, I mean, now that Disney, has control over.
I know, but hey, we got like, I don't know. I think for the most part they did pretty damn well with their casting. In terms of the heroes. Mm-hmm. I think some of the villains were kind of, but again, because there were a lot of like fusing of the concepts, I think. Yeah. But yeah, you mentioned you didn't like the Avengers that much or as much.
Yeah, not nearly as much as X-Men. I don't know, it's just
overrated.
Seems very it's just very like kiddie. Like X-Men, like there's like comedic reliefs, but it's still like
Now you're talking about X-Men the movies?
Yes.
Okay.
The movies.
Yeah, it did have like a different tone.
Yeah, it's
Sony
more,
has that.
It's more family. Yeah, it's more family oriented, which is fine. But I mean, I want some freaking superhero movies that are just, you know, like for adults. Everything's tried to be more made for just the masses to make the most money out of things, but it needs to be more. I think you know what I'm saying. More
no, I do.
Yeah, more intense and like.
Well, the battle scenes between the mutants in general, like, you know, I'm kind of referring to the comics. Wow, I'm sorry.
I don't really watch.
I didn't think we were gonna get into X-Men this hard, so I apologize. You got me sick. No, but wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like, you know, like I don't know, just like fight scenes and the, you know, even just referring to like the cartoon, like they're pretty epic because you're seeing all these different abilities, all these powers, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I just. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll go down that whole other path, maybe.
Yeah, it just opens too many questions. Yeah. You know what? I can only speculate until I watch Doctor Strange, the second two, the Multiverse of Madness.
Did that come out already?
Not yet. I feel like it's coming out real soon.
Oh, they had a series of that one guy that I was thinking of, that his helper on Disney Plus or something.
Moon Knight?
I have no clue.
The helper.
Not the helper. The like one of the other monk, the bald-headed guy in the first Doctor Strange. Wait. Nope. I think I'm getting things twisted. I'm getting it twisted. Never mind.
No, you're all right. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
Going back to X-Men, which one was your favorite film?
Film? Oh, man, that's a hard one.
Is it?
You
know, here, and I'll make it easier.
Yeah.
Well, maybe tougher. I'm including the first trilogy and the new trilogy also.
Yeah, like the First Class and stuff like that. I did really like First Class. That one was actually really good. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I was very open-minded with that one. Like like it had, because there really wasn't a lot of action, but when there was, I thought it was really cool. Like I like some of the fight scenes, like on the boat. I think it was like on the ship.
Yeah.
The boat, and like I thought that shit was badass, but it was like a slower paced film.
Yeah, but I think to have like a good quality, sometimes you have to spend a lot of the first movie doing all that background info with all those characters too. Compared to like, what was it, freaking Suicide Squad?
Oh, Suicide Squad. Yeah, I didn't watch the new one.
With Jared Leto, I think that was.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one.
Yeah, but I saw the one with Jared Leto.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, like I had no expectations really. Yeah, and then I didn't even give the other. I just don't follow DC enough to have any like investment on these other stories.
Yeah, I did like the Batman, like
movies
and all
and
all the older
ones.
I love the old ones too, but because those are just like
classics.
Classic.
Well, yeah, you're a '90s kid as well, right?
Yeah, 95.
Yeah. So I mean, you still caught all those good classics for sure. Yeah. That's why we get along. Yeah. Yeah, my other friend, we couldn't really find, like, we were into different shit. It was, which is fine, but I'm like, oh, man. Right. I'm nerding out alone on this one again.
I'm about to have, hopefully, like, a Lord of the Rings marathon.
Oh, shit.
Soon with my buddy. Well, I don't know if we can do all three in a day.
Oh, that's a lot of... Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Well, I used to have the extended versions on an external hard drive, but I just deleted all my films. But oh man, that shit would be such a long, like, exhausting. You would have to have like a day, like a buffer.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Like you do a 3-day weekend, and like that second day of the weekend is like the buffer, and then the third day you just crush the rest of them. But yeah. So which X-Men movie?
Wow. Man, it's been a minute since I've seen the originals, so I'm kind of getting the first, the second, and the third mixed up.
You can name like top 2 or top 3. That helps.
I mean, I think the second and the Wolverine original, the one of just like Hugh Jackman back in the day. What is that one called?
Wolverine Origins?
Origins. Yeah, Wolverine Origins. Oh man, such a badass movie. That's probably maybe my favorite.
Oh, that's so funny.
Is that your favorite?
No.
Is your least favorite? Well, I don't.
All right,
I don't
I'll
the
say
comics,
this.
So I don't really know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I am that type of dork that reads if I can get my hands on it, I'll read the original source material first.
Right. Yeah.
But I am a big Wolverine fan. So all right. So the Wolverine Origins. Actually, it's kind of tough. I don't know if I would put it in my top 3. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those movies, regardless of how bad it is. But it was still really entertaining.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those movies like I could still watch, but it's like it's one of those bad good movies, I guess.
If I were to read the material, I'm sure I'm probably
I could
myself. But I mean, if you have it,
I do.
Yes.
I believe I do.
I would like to read it because I never got to.
For sure.
Read it. But X-Men 1 does have, that's probably my favorite because I mean that's such a great.
I mean that really started.
I saved your life. No, you didn't. Like.
That's so funny. That's so funny. It's so random.
It's such a good movie.
You get
my family and I say that to each other all the time, so.
Okay.
My dad and my sister and I say that. So.
Shit, I feel like I'm gonna find myself in the middle of a X-Men marathon.
I know, yeah.
So that would be one of your top.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. X-Men 1, First Class, and then the Origins.
Okay.
The First Class is really interesting, and I really like the background and all of that.
It's like the failed attempt.
It's cool, like, seeing all of them so young.
It's the failed attempt of the X-Men, really.
Yeah, I really like that one. So
I can dig it.
I always love Mystique, and if I had to pick any powers, it'd be Mystique. Or, her powers are fucking cool as fuck.
They are.
Mind you. They're really cool. And, Nightcrawler, which, I mean, is her son. So I thought that was kind of funny when I found that out.
Yeah. And Rogue is her daughter. Actually, did you watch the cartoon as well?
No.
The 90s? Oh, man.
I gotta go with that. Gotta add that to my little. I have a 30-minute show and an hour-long show that I like to watch.
It depends how tolerant you are with. I mean,
I've seen a couple episodes. So
it's
not
90s cartoon, so like the quality's not gonna be great.
Just like very stiff.
But it's really cool because it is the closest interpretation from the comics. Mm-hmm. Like that's as close as you're gonna get to like a comic accurate show. But my if I had to break it down to top 3 X-Men films, 2 is good. Is that United? Yeah, that's United, right?
That's
X-Men United.
Okay, so I was getting the second and the third.
The third one is
when Jean dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Stand.
Yes, Last Stand, and then
you had First Class.
Yep.
Then you had Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I saw that one like once or twice.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorites.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that one
Although
accurate?
that one is well, I mean there are some similarities, mm-hmm. but it is also very different than the comics as well. The comics is pretty bizarre, mm-hmm. but it's still, I don't know, man, because I love soundtracks as well. Mm-hmm. So I love the soundtrack for that movie. Mm-hmm. It really just helped like feel the mood of the scenes and everything, and even just the overall like the plot, like the whole thing, like they got to do right mm-hmm. to like stop everything from going to shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was definitely one of my top. I do like X-Men United. Just because that fight scene with Wolverine and Lady Deathstrike. You know, that was a pretty badass fight.
Yeah.
And he fucking takes out all those soldiers in the mansion.
Yeah.
That they're being invaded. Like, that was awesome. But, are we allowed to include Logan? Because, I mean, fucking...
I almost said, I cried. My sister and I, before I moved down here, she moved down here, and then I came to visit her. We were at Bowland, the Bow Tie Theater, whatever it is, off the Boulevard. But
oh yeah, that's the one that's like it's real close here. Yeah.
Her and I were just sitting there like, because I mean we watched this as kids, you know, like it was just when he put the cross, like
it's a heart wrencher.
It is a heart wrencher.
Oh yeah, I got choked up.
Yeah, I think that replaces the Origins for me. In the top 3. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I was gonna say like everything, like even including the Wolverine movies, like the Wolverine. Is it the Wolverine when he's in Japan in Tokyo? Yeah, I think so.
Like that one was okay, but I wouldn't put that in my top.
No.
Like Logan really, like even just taking it. I feel bad because I'm gonna end up talking about Logan again in the next episode, but. Logan, that movie was just just everything I thought was just really done well. So, and like, I mean, the most serious X-Men related film you're gonna get. Oh. Yeah. That soundtrack is like, creeps me out, man. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what Marvel does. We'll see how they introduce them.
One of my favorite, soundtracks for a movie is Queen of the Damned.
Oh, wow.
That's a good, I don't know, just something about it. Just,
what's one of the main hits from that movie? Because I know that you're talking about with
like,
Aaliyah, right?
Yeah, I don't know the actual name of the songs, but like I should go back and actually like.
Wow, that's another throwback.
I love that movie. Woo. Such a good one.
We just got into soundtracks now.
I know.
Right, I'll throw one. I am I'm a pretty big Hans Zimmer fan, and I don't know if you've ever seen The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. And what's the Japanese actor's name? Actually, there's 2 of them that are like relatively well known. Can't remember their name at the moment, but. Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack for that movie, and it's so good. It's so peaceful. But yeah, that's one of. I mean, there's a lot. There's too many to like name, but that's one in particular I always seem to be able to pull out of my head because that one just like pulls all the different types of emotions.
I'll check that one out.
Yeah, I mean the movie is really good too. Like I remember when it just came out. Like, I was pretty ignorant. I never saw it. But I'm like, Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking Tom Cruise.
But you watch the movie and you're like, oh, it's not Tom Cruise. It's the other guy.
Nice.
He's The Last Samurai.
Okay, good. Yeah, when you said Tom Cruise, I was like,
But it's such a good movie. I don't want to spoil it. It is a good movie. Yeah. All right. All right, so would you like to tell the listeners and the viewers, because I completely forgot that people could be tuning in.
I was thinking like, man, right? This is very long.
You want to let them in on what it is that you do here in Virginia?
Well, job-wise, currently I just started a new job at Watkins Nursery. It is just a plant nursery out in Midlow. Sell them tree, shrubs, flowers, mostly perennials. But I love it a lot so far. I mean, can't complain. It's very active, so it's very tiring. But
yeah, you say active and like
I'm carrying like all these plants and stuff around, just like constantly moving plants around. As soon as I move some, then I have to like actually. There's like so many times as soon as I move them and organize them, they're like, oh yeah, we need to sell 50 of those over here, and I was like, all right, time to like move them again.
Are they
It's
heavy?
Fine. Oh yeah, especially if they're wet. Because we have like 3 gallons, 5 plus to 25, and then there's actual like trees. We have another farm location I haven't been to yet, but big trees that they dig up with a huge. I don't know.
You're basically doing farmer's carry like all day.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get me in shape, man. I'm like already getting nice and tan. On the first day, I just got thrown into it on the first day. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do some paperwork and stuff. I'll have time to put sunscreen on. Nope, I just like completely like straight to work, which is fine. Like I'm glad I did it, but I was like I got so sunburned my first day. Cause I mean, it's my first day like back out into the sun like all day long. Cause it's 10-hour shifts too. So, but I mean, I'd rather have an active job than a desk job.
For sure.
I would just lose my mind and stuff. So at least I get to get into shape while and then I get to play with plants. I get to learn a bunch of new plants, which is like really cool and overwhelming at the same time because it's. I don't even know how many varieties we have, but it's a lot. So I mean, I have like a very minimum general base of a good bit of that in cannabis, but no, not like trees and shrubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are talking about like regular plants and stuff.
Just regular.
Okay.
Just regular plants.
Okay.
Yeah, I did work at a CBD farm.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Hemp. Yeah, well, I am still working with them. Helping them. I'm going to help them with markets and design their labels and stuff, which is really nice. They're full spectrum CBD products. So I got to like do everything with the plants. They're all stages of life, which was really awesome.
So shout out to Hanover Hemp. All right.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed that job. It's just, I got this call and wanted to try something out.
And Hanover Hemp is cool with you, like doing other.
Yeah, no, they're really awesome. My boss is really cool about it. He was really great. No, he's glad to still like have me. Like I told him from the get go, like I'm still willing to help and stuff. I don't want to be completely disconnected. So
respect.
Yeah,
That's cool.
They are gonna pass this bill. I believe it's. I meant to reread this today before I came here.
Yeah,
I was exhausted. The SB 519, I think it. Oh, jeez! Now you're looking at me like that. I don't know. I forget what it's called. It's some. There'll be a link.
Well, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to do like some homework.
Yeah.
Let me see if I still have the tab open. Because I knew there was a bill and I signed a thing too. Yeah. But I forgot the like what the bill was specifically for. I thought it was just like another THC restriction bill.
Yes.
Right? Is that what that is?
Yeah, so basically there's a whole lot to it that I don't remember off the top of my head, but the main part that is going to affect Hanover Hemp and many, many other small hemp/CBD companies is that they're making it so that only the sanctioned dispensaries, which is 4 or 5, I believe, in the state of Virginia, only those will be allowed to sell products with any amount of THC in it. So due to Hanover Hemp being full spectrum, it has under 1% THC in it, so we wouldn't be able to sell it by July if the bill does get passed, because I think that's when it's supposed to like go into. So
when you're saying full spectrum, that means like it has all the ingredients.
Yep, all the full aspect of the plant. We don't extract anything from it. A lot of other CBD companies are CBD isolates.
Right.
So that's literally just the CBD cannabinoid extracted from the hemp plant and just made into products. They have been shown to not work nearly as well as actual full spectrum CBD companies. Okay. Because the 1%, you need a little bit of THC in it in order to activate it properly into your system. Without it can do nothing or the opposite effects. So it's pretty messed up because a lot of times I talk to people, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna. I tried that before, it didn't work, or blah blah. But it really depends on the actual high quality companies that you go to, like Hanover Hemp. All organic, we were very careful and just babied and loved all those plants, and our processor is local as well. Cody, he's very awesome and very smart and knows what he's doing, so everything is very pure and clean and very high quality. And I mean, I didn't think I was gonna like it, you know. Like, I mean, I just being an average smoker, normal smoker.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have horrible back problems and I'm anxious, and that definitely helps me like stay calm and cool, and it really helps with my pain. Like, I don't even, because I do the tinctures or gummies, I kind of switch in between.
Yeah.
It kind of like comes onto you, like it gradually comes and creeps up and works. So it's just like, oh, usually I'd be really in pain, just like all just like very tense. I was in a bus crash when I was a kid, so I just had really bad back problems.
You told me, and I'm like, holy shit. What?
Yeah. But even like, you know, before markets and stuff, I love the CBD, you know, talking to all those people and having to like make connections and sales and stuff too. So yeah, it just sucks that they are, you know, trying to pass this and close all these high quality companies. Because I mean, let's be real. Well, I would bet that those dispensers aren't going to be like clean or like very pure compared to like other ones that actually like care about the people and not care about the profit, because it's just about controlling the whole market. So
like we're talking about like major corporations, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like once you kind of go corporate on that level, you kind of start caring about the quality of its process. You know, so I mean, that's just what I think. I don't fucking know. Yeah. I mean, I hope it's good. I really, you know, like I hope that they like care and actually want to make good products for the people, but I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. I actually, you know, I kind of had a feeling about that with like the CBD thing. Like not being like, I've always questioned if it worked on me, because I mean, I guess you're not supposed to be able to tell when it works because it doesn't have the THC.
Well,
but so I often do. I always lean towards like it. You know, it must work because, you know, I would use it particularly for anxiety, especially before, like with my last couple jobs. So I always thought, like, well, I wasn't as stressed like going into work as I usually am. So I'm like, I guess it worked because, like, you know, I wasn't freaking out as I usually would. So I'm like, all right, then it works. But I don't know. I'm like, I've always just still like questioned it. But then again, like, I would still smoke on top of it.
Yeah. So. Well, also smoking, like, if you weren't smoking normal, a lot of people who get anxious or paranoid off of normal cannabis love full spectrum CBD because it gets you very calm and relaxed, but it doesn't give you like the extra like, you know, paranoid or like anxious that some people get after smoking it. You do something. Like I was gonna say, when you actually, especially when you smoke the flower, because that's more instant like relief. Right. Because with the tinctures and gummy like edibles, like when you ingest it, it does take, you know, sometimes a half hour to 50 minutes. Depends on your metabolism. Everyone's kind of different, so it does take a little bit longer to actually to feel it. But when you smoke the flower, it's actually really nice. I like it, and I like to sometimes even mix it in with normal cannabis too, and just get a nice like. Yeah, I've never had CBD. I've always done oils. Yeah, I mean, I love the Hanover hemp flower. It's really nice and clean, and we do like exclusively like green. Well, we were doing outdoor, but I think switching over to greenhouse and just tents because it's just nicer quality. Is that more expensive? Like the process? I mean, because of like the lights. If you would think about the lights and the fans and all the electricity and compared to just being outside with just the elements, but that's because then it gets dirty because of the elements and bugs and stuff too. But it's just nicer to like be able to control all the aspects of it, and it's just easier to take care of when it's instead of having to fight weeds constantly and stuff and the grass and stuff. But okay. I don't know. I like it. I like growing with a tent myself personally. That's what's up. But yeah. Yeah, it sucks that I mean it would be hopefully I don't know what the odds are with this bill, but hopefully like obviously I wouldn't want it to get passed because then it's gonna fuck up a lot of companies and businesses, but I don't know. We'll just hopefully put it out there. Just sign the bill. We'll put that in the thing. Put the awareness out there. Actually,
I mean, could people still sign the?
I think
thing?
so. Yeah, I'm pretty. I don't know.
Can you find the link again?
I'll send it to you.
Send it to me,
Yep,
and then I'll put it in the link for the show.
Yep, everyone can sign it if they would like to help. And
this will be out by next week.
Yeah,
Is that
that'd be
help
great. I think so. I'll double check the date, but I'm sure it's still open. I don't know if there was even because they don't even know. They said they were going to sign it weeks ago. Yeah, but I mean they're slow.
Because like when I first initially talked to you and approached you about being on the podcast, like, and then that you passed that link off, and then I was like, yeah, let's see if we can try to like spread awareness on the podcast. Yeah, hopefully spread the word. Yeah, we gotta stop this bill. Just look it up. Because I can't remember. I can't remember the.
I feel like it's SB 519. I'm betting.
I feel rude pulling out my phone during podcasts.
This is an important question, though. That's okay. I really want to know if I'm
right. What's the name of the bill? It just says THC restriction bill on Virginia governor's desk. General Sim. No. They just keep mentioning this bill.
I can pull it up on the Hanover Hemp Facebook page.
This Delta 8 shit. Is that...
Don't even get me started.
Oh, really?
Delta 8.
Okay.
It's just... Let me find the name of this bill first.
SB 591? No.
Wait, that's what I said.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, because when you're... I was trying to look for it too.
591. Okay, I said 519. I was very close. I had all the same...
Hangers SB.
Oh, it's still available. We're up to 4,042 signatures. So let's get that number up. Yeah. And protect these companies / just the market in general and the better quality that you need. Not even just to protect the small businesses, but to actually protect the products for you guys.
For sure.
For sure.
Shit. So yeah, spread the word. I certainly will.
Yeah.
I'm glad we covered that. I really wanted to cover that. But all right, I also wanted to ask you, how did you even get into like the hemp business and all? Like,
it's really just connections. Luckily, my sister used to teach at the same school as my boss's wife. So I knew her, and then we had him over for a little get together at my sister's and mine place back in a couple years ago, and I just talked. I knew that he was, but we were just talking and stuff, and I was like, if you ever need help in the future, like.
But what even inspired the idea of pursuing that and going that route?
Well, that's a great question, because I never even thought of myself as going down the plant field. I mean, I really enjoy it and I love it, because I originally went to school for therapeutic recreation, which is building and adapting activities to suit the needs of any population, anyone with any kind of disability or ability, I should say. So I did that, and I really wanted to do wilderness therapy and stuff, but I just...
Wilderness therapy? Yeah. What's that?
Oh, man. So wilderness therapy...
You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today. Is just... They take people usually with, like, psychological, drug addiction, but any kind of population, to the wilderness, and they camp either... Sometimes counts, but mostly like backpack camping, just like kind of learning how to live in the wilderness without, phones and stuff. And technology addicted, kids and people are there would go as well. Just to break away and unplug and actually like benefit from the nature. And there's like team building activity, like they show them how to like be able to like provide for themselves and help communicate with others. And it's just so many benefits with using recreation in general. It's been a really long time since I talked about this. But no, I wanted to go down that field, and then I just couldn't, after I got my certification, I just couldn't find a job other than at a nursing home, and I just don't want to work in a nursing home.
Yeah, I feel you.
That just...
You're talking to a Filipino. And not that I did any, like, nursing gigs Although that had been an option, but I worked in the kitchen. I was a dietary aide, but I mean, I get it. Nursing homes. I mean, I have a lot of family and friends that worked at nursing homes for years.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to anyone that can
for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to like degrade the job, but I mean, it's rough. It is rough. So
I mean, some people can't work with kids, and some people can't work with old people. You know, I mean, I can actually work with kids and adults and stuff, but I mean, I used to teach whitewater kayaking back in the day too. I wasn't technically certified, so I would like co-teach, and we always had 2 teachers on the water. We did for kids, adults, and we did flat water for adults too, and kids. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's called Lock 32 in Rochester, New York. It's still open, and my uncle is running it, and it's really cool how it's expanded since COVID, because they just got so many funds because of like being outdoor, and a lot of outdoor based activities have flourished, luckily, and since COVID, because everyone's trying to be outside and stuff. But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're originally from Rochester.
Rochester, New York.
Yeah, I say it weird, right? I think I say it Rochester.
It's just natural Rochester for Rochester. Like there's.
I think I'm just trying to make sure I'm saying it.
No,
right,
I think you said it right. I don't think you said it wrong.
Rochester. Yeah, You've lived here for, did you say 5 years or 8 years?
Almost 5 years. No,
okay, 5 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, I might be mixing you up with someone else.
Yeah, no worries.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I said we're going to be talking about the same thing we did last time.
Oh, yeah, no,
kind
of
refresh my memory.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. Then, so when did you learn how to plant regular plants before?
Oh yeah, back to that question. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going back. Yeah, no. I'm bringing it back to full circle. I'm usually really bad at this.
No, this is good. We just went down the whole. It's like, oh, you want to talk about kayaking? We can talk about kayaking. When I was in college, I worked at this one company. We'd go to different Home Depots and set up their flower displays and stuff. So that was like my first hands-on experience with plants, and that was cool. I just get to read the little tags, and they're always like the sick ones and stuff like that. Then I got the job at Hanover Hemp through just the connections with the boss, my boss's wife Taylor, and then met Johnny, and very glad that he. You know, it was just me and the head grower were the only like main full-time employees, so it was nice to like he took the chance on just this random individual that he met one time, and it was great. It was another active, awesome job, and I got to do so much there too. I did worked with the plants. I did the shipping orders, helped make the products. I created the labels for a lot of our products too, which was really fun for the artsy side of things. So yeah, that was how I kind of got into plant world. And then when my boss told me about the bill being passed, he was even like, maybe start looking elsewhere. And then I applied, and it just everything happened so fast because I worked with one of my current coworkers at Uptown Alley, which is like this bowling alley restaurant place in Midlow.
I mean, I'm not good at bowling, but I love to bowl.
Well, you would like that place. It's huge. But I mean, I hated that place, but I also worked there too. So
it's hard to I get it.
But I worked with her there, and I loved working with her. We weren't like close, but we knew we were both good workers. And she called me, and she was like, "Gonna come in for an interview tomorrow?" And I was like, okay, and then went in and got the interview and got the job. A couple hours later, she called me and we got that job. Yeah. So, yeah, it happened all so quick. But, I mean, I'm glad and I'm happy. There's a lot of room to grow there and just a lot of plants and things to learn. So, yeah.
Now, do you talk to your plants?
Not as much as I've seen other people talk to them. I kind of talk to animals more than I talk to if I were to. There's cats there. Well, at Hanover Hemp, there's like pack cats and stray cats at the farms and stuff, and I just befriended like most of them. Not all of them would let me pet them, but they would get close to me and stuff.
How do you know? I mean, are they young?
No, they're all ages. All those cats were all ages.
Okay.
And I actually gave a kitten to one of my friends, so I get to see her and stuff, and I'm like glad I got to save. I mean, they had a good. She was kind of by the pool house, but she has a better life, way better life now. So
that's good.
But yeah, at the new job, as soon as on my first day there, I opened this one door and there's like 4 cats there, and I was like, yes. Two of them follow me around. Sometimes they're like, oh, there's a lady that pets us. I'm like, they're like rubbing up against the plants I'm trying to work on. I'm like, Kitty, like, you're gonna get me in trouble.
Do they not? They don't mess with the plants?
I mean, they rub up against them and stuff, but they don't like chew on them or anything. Oh wow!
So, because our other cat, Siler, the older one, he's basically he's an omnivore. He eats plants.
I know some cats love it and some don't. Like
he loves it. Yeah, he'll eat as long as you just shred it into smaller pieces. But he'll eat lettuce, spinach, I think arugula. Not sure, but yeah, he loves his leafy greens. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. But you don't have house plants that he.
Oh, he eats them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. You have to be careful, like what ones you get. Then.
Yeah. So, I think like allergies are starting to like kick in for some reason. My car was covered with pollen.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Thankfully, well, I didn't know this until I moved here. That Virginia is like what the 4th like. It's up there. It's like it has like there's a lot of pollen here.
It's brutal. And I have horrible seasonal allergies too.
Yeah, my car was covered with it because they did.
If you leave your windows cracked or anything or went down.
Just like I think just being around it, like getting in and out. Cause,
it sucks if it gets in your car though.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I've had that happen. Like my whole car is just like covered in this. I was like, no. I was so messed up.
But I just feel like it's like suddenly creeping in now. No. It's all right. It could be worse.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right, now we're going to shift gears to tie-dyeing because you also do tie-dyeing.
I did not do this one. I wanted to wear a long sleeve today. But my very good and awesome mom's friend / hippie mom, I meant to say she did this one. Her Instagram name is Crunch Fairy. Her name is Shannon. She's awesome. She does a lot of customs and very every now and then works events. I've actually met her at a market myself at the same artisan market that goes to Mainline.
Okay.
They used to, I forget what it's called, but they used to go to Brambley, and that was really nice. And her and I worked the same one, and my coworker's like, you got to go check out our tie dyes, because I used to tie dye a little bit, but I wasn't that good. Slash didn't know what I was doing. But then I saw her, and I like bought a sheet set from her, and it was awesome. I still use it, but and I was like, if you ever need help with anything, like just whatever, like I just want to learn, just teach me, I'll just work for it, you don't have to pay me or anything, like just I'll do whatever. And she actually hit me up too, and I just started like rinsing her tie dyes out for her, because you gotta do a lot of like before you throw it into the wash, like wring out the excess dye, and then just help her with whatever else she needs. And she just showed me and let me use her supplies and stuff, and she's awesome. She's very good. I think that happened after like the lockdowns were
okay.
Yeah, because that's when markets started up again and stuff. So COVID was still very big in Maine, but she's super cool, and I'm so glad I got to meet her. Yeah, she has her own Etsy shop and stuff. I'll have to send you that link too, because she's I love
so this is relatively fresh with you.
Yeah, I've only been into it the last over a year now, and she does mostly ice dye, and I used to do just liquid dye. So the liquid, just like everyone kind of knows, just the normal liquid. You go to your science class back in like whatever middle school or whatever, and you tie dye your shirt. It's just the normal liquid. So the ice dye is you put the powder that you make the liquid onto the actual shirt. You tie it and stuff, and then you put the powder on the actual cloth, and then you put ice on it and let it soak for 48 to plus hours, and it like breaks up into this cool like 3D, like more like a smoky kind of texture. So, and sometimes they break up into colors that make them. So you got to be kind of careful. Like red and black, you need to do in liquid if you actually want those colors, because it'll turn like pink and like blues and grays and stuff. So it's really cool. Ooh. So it's like, it's very interesting because some of the colors don't turn out like you think they, like on the chart. It's like, oh, this is what it looks like. But that's what it looks like when it's liquid. So you got to like try out a lot of colors and just play around with it.
If you like mess up, is it easy to fix?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, you can bleach them out. Use just regular bleach or white bright. But, you know, if I'm just going to sell, I'm just going to sell those really cheap because I'm like, I might as well just... Because then it doesn't really brighten it. I haven't personally tried to completely re-bleach a shirt because I've only messed up. Not that I haven't messed up.
She's like, I don't mess up.
That's what I'm saying. That like I don't mean it like that. But when I'm really like, oh, that's awful, you know, because tie-dyes, it's like happy accident. Like most times, like, oh, I didn't mean to do that, but this came out like this way. But some I'm like, oh no, that's definitely not. But
that's watercolors for me. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Like sometimes like I kind of just improvise.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I try to like do something fun, and I looked up like a fun fact.
Oh.
For anyone that doesn't know, I didn't know this. So, fabric dyeing has been around since about 4000 BC, but the first dyeing techniques similar to what we know today as tie-dye started in Peru during the late Stone Age.
Wow.
Supposedly.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Well, you can dye clothes with like avocados or like bear. You know, you can.
There's a lot more to it, especially in terms of like other cultures.
Oh
like
yeah.
Africa, Asia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it should go.
I mean, yeah, they've been coloring those clothes. Yeah, it makes total sense. That's really cool.
And just the different techniques too, like. Yeah, I mean, I just I never tried it, so I never really. But from what I think I said this when we hung out, like, you know, you just like the ones that you like the one you're rocking, and like even like some of the ones like that you made too. Yeah. They're very intricate.
Yeah,
like, it's like you got some like real like details going on here. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but. I'll share some photos if you don't mind from your page, but the ones that you did that huge blanket, right? The bed set.
Yeah, the bed set. I've done 2 bed sets. I've done a tapestry, mostly shirts, and I've done some like onesies and stuff too.
We'll put the picture right here. But like, that shit like had a lot. It's not shit. Sorry.
I know what you mean. But
that's probably the jersey coming out.
Yeah. I feel
but no, but it's very intricate. It's very detailed. I'm just used to seeing gradients of color of tie dye. Yeah. But there's like just more going on here. Yeah. Because I'm very when it comes to any type of any illustrious art, like I'm always geared to line detail. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there is more to it than your typical average tie-dye, I guess. Yeah. Like the more mainstream one.
Yeah, like the spiral and just like normal, like kind of. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, especially when you tie it with to get like these super white crisp lines.
Yeah, exactly.
You tie it with some people do kite string, but I use sinew, which is artificial sinew, which is just like it's a string that has like this wax coating on it. So when you tie it super, super tight, you fold it. This one's called is this a 16? I can't count from upside. Whatever. This is a mandala. So you fold it kind of like an airplane a bunch of times. And then you can do different designs. Like this is just a normal kind of mandala, but they can do like petals and like all these other... I haven't learned the petals. I want to do that. Like that's the thing about tie. There's just so much to learn.
But the way you have to section it.
Yeah, it's just you tie it with super, super tight, so that's where you get the lines, and then you just go boop, 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 boop. And then you do the colors, you just kind of gotta just play around with it.
Yeah, I just can't unless I'm looking at like a picture or video, I can't wrap my head around how the way you tie it affects the outcome of like the shapes
Yeah.
or the patterns. Like, it's pretty mind blowing.
Yeah.
And it also gives like fractal vibes too. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. She tried to do a little pot leaf. Yeah. My coworker, she got like a really good pot leaf, like accidentally. I'm like, I want one just like it, but with like a little bit of black in it. And she hates doing black because she likes to just do the ice dye. She's like, okay, but it might not come out as a pot leaf. I'm like, that's fine. Like, and I mean, it came out like pretty close to it. Like me knowing that it was supposed to be that, I'm like, yeah. But then the rest of it's called geode, so it's like this like rock.
Oh,
like,
right.
Like kind of topographical kind of design.
That's pretty dope.
That's another one where you just kind of like grab a chunk, kind of like you're doing a target, and then like just like loosely, just kind of like bunch it, not like normally, and then you like tie it super tight there, and then another one, and then another one, and then just kind of like, and then that's how you color the sections, is when you tie it like that, and that's very similar to that, but you fold this compared to just bunching this.
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. There's so much more color variety.
Yeah. No, she did a very good job with this one. All my tie-dyes were dirty, so that's why I didn't. But I was like, I gotta represent my main girl who taught me everything. So
I was gonna. Honestly, I would have thought you'd done that because what I've seen that you've stated in your post that you've done. It's very close.
Because I learned from her, so she taught me what she knew.
That makes sense, but I mean, and there was one I saw. Oh, I'd have to look back, but there was one I saw. It gave me like Venom vibes. Venom from Spider-Man.
Oh, was it like the black kind of like, and it was like purple and yellow and green?
I don't remember honestly.
Or the one where it's like
it just like the white. The white was making like the crazy lines.
I think I know. Yeah, where it's like
I don't even know what the rest of the color palette was. I just remember seeing the white, and I'm like, that's tie-dye? Like, that's kind of crazy. That's why I'm like, again, how you tie it or however, I can't imagine. So when I saw those, like, that crazy pattern, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, huh.
There's some that that I'd like to do is just you fold it in half, and then you crinkle it. Just normal people call it a crinkle. I call it the Rorschach, because when you open it up, and because it's symmetrical, and it's like the ink blots, and so you can just like keep looking at it and be like, I see a face. Oh, now I see this. And that's one of my favorite ones to do too. That's not even much of like a tie with it. You just like crunch it up in different ways, and then blotch the colors however kind of want to.
So tie-dye doesn't always have to be tied up?
Nope. You can, you still kind of tie that one up, but not like, it's like a loose tie.
Yeah, but not like your typical.
Right, it's not like, not like a very thought out step method.
But that's actually pretty cool. Like, I mean, like you have like the terminologies. Like I would never, I don't know. Again, I know nothing of the tie-dye culture, in terms of like you have your terms like the
I feel like every artwork has their terms. I mean, I feel like you probably I draw on paint a bit, but not on your level, and I'm sure more. I mean, like cross hatching, but I also follow like a private Facebook tie-dye page, and it's just people like sharing their processes or asking questions and stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's a kind of a basis of the same lingo, but some things are
I would never have guessed.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I've been playing with stencils too. I've been buying stencils and I have fabric paint, and I've been painting it right on top of the tie-dye. But I saw someone, he puts uses the stencils where he wants it with beeswax first before he dyes it, and then the dye doesn't get soaked in to it. So I want to try that. So then it'll be clear, because I did some really cute onesies, like these like forest scenes.
I think I may have seen.
Yeah, it's for my cousin's twins. I did like a daytime and a nighttime because it's a boy and a girl, and I was like, oh, they can switch them and stuff. It's cool when you're like looking at it like straight on, but it's kind of like you have to be really looking at it to see some of the detail in it. But because it's on top of the dyed cloth and stuff already. So, but I feel like that's just gonna add an extra little cool step for me too. Just playing with the stencils and add like doing some cool like forest
just take it to the next level.
I got some moon faces I've been doing on like sleeves and stuff.
Do you ever worry about like running out of, I guess, like just ideas of color choices or like patterns, like anything
colors
like that?
I do. Patterns, I'm still exploring a lot of the patterns and like designs of things. Sometimes I get kind of stuck on the colors because I just keep thinking in the mindset of like, oh, like this is the color combo that I have very wide, but like I don't use a lot of pinks and stuff. I'm trying to like branch out into more different like vibes of the colors, I would say. So sometimes I'm just like, oh, what do I want to do? But I like to look at a color wheel and do like contrasting colors as well too, to make things really like pop and just kind of be more eccentric in a way. But yeah, sometimes I have trouble with the color. But I mean, there's so many patterns and folds and this and that to do, and even different ways to dye it. Because I mean, some people put dye on top of like shaving cream. I couldn't even think of the word first. I was like, some kind of cream, the shaving cream, sprinkle it on, and then like dip like shoes or like hats and stuff like that. I haven't tried that, but I feel like that's. But you know, there's so many different other ways to dye things. Like I mean, I never thought I would do ice. I saw one video of ice dye. I'm like, oh, that's stupid. But it was like not a good, it wasn't a good video.
Yeah.
And then I actually like looked into ice dye more. I was like, holy shit! Like, and then you combine the liquid in the ice too. So that's different ways to do things and. Yeah, especially with the stencils, I don't think I would get bored because there's so many stencils I have saved on my Etsy account.
Nice.
Like one day I'll get this one, this big alien one. I have a Sasquatch one. Like, yeah, I did a cool Sasquatch on the middle, like the back middle of the dress and stuff. So I want to do like eventually. But you can even I've seen people tie dye a UFO on the shirt, which I was trying to do, and I was getting so frustrated. I was like, I gotta come back to this, and I haven't tried it again since. Damn. But yeah, people do crazy designs like. With their little tiny folds. And I'm like, I just get so impatient sometimes. I feel like so, and then because I work so much, I'm always so tired.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
tell me about it.
I mean, I haven't done any tie-dye stuff since in a couple of weeks because I just been so busy with the new jobs, and I went to New York to visit family and stuff. Right. And yeah, so I need to actually. I bought a planner specifically to like plan out days to tie dye, and I wrote down other things, but not tie dye. Like I wrote down like podcast Thursday, like
appreciate it,
new job, but not like what I need to, like what I purposely bought it for. So I just gotta like get remotivated after I adjust to this job a little bit. And
you and I are kind of like on the same ship with that. Yeah. We're just trying to find our groove. Yeah. Because, like, doing podcasts and editing, that's easier to readjust. Shifting gears to that is easier after working with Holloway. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to sitting in front of the studio desk and right now, the drawing part, like, it's just, I don't know. Because I will admit, too, like, I put myself through like shit because I do intermittent fasting, but because of work lately, like I don't eat even throughout work, and it's a it can be a not labor intensive job, but it does involve labor. We're hauling junk or sometimes brush or tree trunks, like other shit. Mm-hmm. So, to the point where my Fitbit will auto recognize, and but even after doing even if it was a half shift, but after doing that first thing in the morning, come back here, and then I do another hour, and I do an hour in the gym, and then I find myself fasting for like 22 hours. Jeez. But then just like. Having that end, because after doing all of that, and then once Nicole gets home, I kind of switch. I turn into house hubby. Yeah. Try to start dinner and whatnot. Yeah. So it's just like it's been just tougher to switch the gear on to the other creative mode.
It's always like, oh, I should clean, I should do laundry, I should actually cook instead of just making something easy and not that good for like it's just it's. I guess, but maybe hopefully someday I'll make enough for the tie-dye that I can just fully switch over. Because I've seen.
Well, how long does it take to like do a tie-dye of anything, of any design?
Well, this is the part that I need to do better with like judging for how much to charge for shirts. I'm really bad at that. But you know, like actually like timing out, because I mean I'll tie up some shirts one night and then I'll dye. And like I mean the tying up takes a long time, especially depending on what you're gonna do. Like a geode, like the geode pattern, that takes a really freaking long time because just like so many, just there's so much pulling. It's like because you're doing at least like 12 layers of rope per like chunk, and so some patterns definitely take a lot longer. But like the crinkle, like whoop, like that takes 2 minutes. So that's kind of hard to say. And then the dyeing process, now that I actually have my thing set up, because sometimes I have to like take it down, in between tie-dye sessions, which was very annoying depending on where I was living and stuff. Now that I have an actual house that I'm living in, not my house, but I have my setup in the garage now.
Oh, okay.
I need to get to make it more organized, get some more shelves for my dye, but I have my table out now and like what I need. So then it's just then figuring out what colors I want, and then building the border, because you have to build like little like cardboard or whatever kind of borders around each thing to keep all the ice in. Because if the ice falls out, then it's just like you want like a good couple 2 inches of ice at least on top of the clothes. And if you just kind of throw it on there, just let it sit out or whatever, just like will spread and not even be like exactly like where you want it. So you got to build these little barriers, and that takes freaking forever. And I need to buy something better. I bought these like silicone cake mold things that like just move around. You can just clip them in, but they're so short, and I only bought one set. I want to find like big daddy ones, but so then you let that sit for 48 hours at least, and then which is just like, I want to see it now.
I wasn't sure. I didn't think it was that long.
Liquid is like 24 at least. I mean, the longer you let it sit, the more vibrant the colors are, so that's kind of, and then plus with the ice, it takes a while to melt, and then it still needs to soak all the way through.
So what about that one? How long do you think?
This, with it being the mandala and the geode, I feel like the tying probably took, well over an hour. And then another, for just to dye this actual particular shirt, 30 minutes to, put the 20 minutes, put the powder on, and then plus the 48. And then you gotta rinse it out, wring it out, and then throw it in the wash. So however long that takes too. It's a lot of math I don't feel like doing.
Because I thought I really I have no idea, because I'm thinking maybe a whole shift, 8 hours.
No, I wish.
I didn't
That'd
think
be so
said
nice.
that.
They have to sit long, and it takes a while to kind of tie them and stuff. And,
I honestly had no idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. But it's good. It's fun. I enjoy making. I like drawing and painting, but as soon as I mess up, I'm like, oh. There goes that one, and I just have so many unfinished ones. But at least with the dye, most of the time it's the happy accident or whatever, and or it does come out how I actually wanted it to, and people get to wear it and enjoy it and stuff.
It is cool. I need to get on having. I have a Redbubble shop. Mm-hmm. You just put you upload your artwork and it'll put it on shirts, hats.
Oh, nice.
This came from it.
Okay, cool.
Nothing fancy, but I've been wanting to make.
You can do some shirts and I can tie dye them.
That'd be cool. Hey, maybe we can do a collabo.
Yeah.
When you start doing more of the stencil stuff, maybe I can come up with a design.
Yeah, because there's really cheap custom. Because I did my logo for. Which my buddy Justin, my good friend Justin, helped me get my trademark going for my tie-dye name. It's in just the last few stages of getting approved and stuff. My tie-dye company name is Twisted Nature Dyes.
Nice.
Twisted Nature Dyes. And has little mushrooms for the teas. And
that's awesome.
But I bought a little custom stencil for $5 without the shipping, and I got that within 2 weeks. And I put a little iron-on patches, and then that's my little iron-on. That's my little tag. I do different color. I have fabric markers too. Okay. So I do different colors for the shirts.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just a cool little easy way to get the name on there. So many people do different ways, but I thought like just do a cool patch because some people try to paint it on afterwards and then you can't see it or something. So, but yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad that he helped because that makes me more motivated since he helped me with the trademark. It makes me more motivated to keep going with it, not just let it be one of the many art activities that I bought so much stuff for and then just never like fully go through it because I've had so many ideas. I was going to do like pressed leaves, like from the hemp farm and then wildflowers and then this and that. But I'm really glad to do this and I do want to try and build furniture at some point. That'd be really cool. Or like start to restore it.
That's cool.
I have a lot of like random cool furniture.
It's a lot of hands-on stuff.
I love hands-on. I like. I've always loved Legos when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and
cool. Yeah. I'm pretty
Legos.
sure I'm loving that right now.
Yep, Legos and whenever my mom or sister bought furniture, like I always was like, I'll build it. And I signed up for an adult art class at the Visual Arts Center off of Maine right before COVID. I was supposed to build one of the hutch cabinets with the glass sides, so like for like knickknacks and like Chinaware and stuff like that. And it was supposed to be like once a week for 6 weeks, but then it got canceled because of COVID. And I still have my gift card, but they haven't done any wood classes like those since. I've been keeping an eye out. Maybe recent. I haven't looked this now, but I really want to try and do that or just learn from someone. So if you do woodworking and you want a little apprentice. Well, yeah.
Good on YouTube, right?
Mostly like to borrow their stuff, kind of, until I can have money to buy. Know what I need and stuff, and then,
Well, for sure, like anyone that's listening or watching, definitely follow her. Twisted Nature 23.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's actually kind of cool. Like you can be on the show now because you're working on this. Yeah. You're working on this whole thing, this whole project. So it'll be really exciting to, I already follow you, but for those that are tuning in, they can actually see your the growth. Now, once you get everything in. So that's really exciting.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited about it. Yeah.
So you say you paint, you draw and paint sometimes. Like what would you normally paint? Illustrate.
I've done like a lot of nature scenes, but I kind of like to do like weird. I don't know, if I just get a random idea, sometimes I just kind of stick with it. Like
So that explains you buying my landscape painting.
Yeah, I'm into the weird and whatever. Yeah, but it was the Beyond series. Landscape. That was a cool one. I liked it, but it wasn't weird. And then when you showed the picture, you posted the picture of like the cow. I was like, no, that was awesome. No, it wasn't even weird either. I'm like, that just shows your amazing creative process. Because I can't think of things like that. Like I need references to kind of like I'll have that general idea. But that was really cool. I just
now I feel awkward.
Now you know how I feel this whole podcast.
No, it's all love.
No, I have that hanging up in my living room. I remember I had when I moved into the new place, I told my room, I'm like, I have a lot of artwork. He's like, oh, that's fine. And then he like saw, I'm like, yeah, see, I have a lot of artwork. And then he was like, the very first thing he's like, I like that, and that was your picture. And so I have it hanging up like.
Nice, thank you.
I see your cat all the time. Yep, no, it's nice. No, it's really cool, but I forgot what the question was.
It was what you normally.
Yeah, that, and then just kind of like cool, like weird mythical little things. I've always loved like the fantasy world. And,
fantasy landscapes are fun.
Yeah, and they're so cool and pretty, and
I'm all about it.
Yeah, and a dream job of mine would be to like design music posters and like album covers for
man.
People.
Well, like our album cover. Well, if they're digital.
Nowadays.
Because I think album covers fucking CDs or vinyl.
Vinyl's coming back though. Too.
Vinyl is coming back,
but I think the album cover still catches the eye to make you listen to that song.
I love the booklets, man. I would look through the photos that they have inside. It's so cool.
I found so many cool records at my grandparents' house.
Oh, nice.
And I think it was I don't know what the name of it is, and I don't want to missay it and then sound stupid on here. But it was like from the 80s. Like,
yeah, I mean, think about it. The art from that.
Man, it had a poster in it too in the vinyl. I'm like, man, I gotta get that framed, and that reminded me, now I have to get that framed. But
Michaels, they got that shit.
Yeah, no, I need to get some, because I've just been getting the cheap Walmart ones, and now I'm like, I need to. Once I get paid for the new job, I'm gonna get some.
You want to get like a nice one?
Yeah, well, I have some music posters I need. I have a big collection of music posters too. I'm quite the collector of knickknacks,
Michael's
pins.
Got good framed.
Yeah, no, I need to. I was thinking Target has some nice, like, just kind of, because I don't want anything like, I don't need the matte and stuff. Cause I just need the nice glass, just as long as it's glass and not all plastic. I got some cool music posters I need to hang up in my room / the whole house.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Posters.
Fucking love them.
Yeah, like, do people, well, I guess, I don't know. Like,
music posters, I feel like, are still...
Like, do people still hang them up? I don't know. Like, I feel like everyone's so stuck on their devices.
I don't know. I feel like there's still some people, like, my coworker at Hanover Hemp, he was also as obsessed with music posters as well. So that was nice.
What kind of music do you like?
I like a pretty wide variety.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, we all say that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot
of jam. What
did
you primarily start with, let's say?
Oh.
What was, like, the first genre of music that you were introduced?
Gosh.
Or that you, like, really... Yeah.
I mean, I was super into, like, the scream kind of hardcore phase for a while.
Same.
And then I went into the EDM, dubstep kind of phase, and then now I'm into my jam band / I've been listening to a lot of cool like jazz fusion as well too. And I like bluegrass. Don't like country, like I don't like country, but or like pop.
Right.
But I mean, Beyonce. Yeah, I mean, there's some songs, like there's some songs, but it's just that's not my main kind of thing. Like, I've been getting more into like the classical kind of music. I love David Grisman Quintet. Oh man, it's like a quintet of these awesome all-stars of just string and other kind of instruments, and just the way they tell such beautiful stories with just their instrument. They never sing or anything, just straight.
It's like orchestrated?
No, acoustic.
Acoustic?
No electric. But that I know of at least. But no, they're freaking great. I love them. They're really awesome.
What are they called again?
David Grisman Quintet.
Okay. And
they have different, like, they have like this cool like Mediterranean kind of like album, and then they have like this kind of like funk-esque album. You know, you have different like variety. Like they go into it and like.
Are they like a progressive band?
No, I mean they're like older gentlemen. David Grisman, I guess, he's a very, very good I think he's a guitarist, or he's either a guitarist or mandolin player. Or no, if my old coworker hears this, he's probably shaking his head at me. It's just being under pressure like this, and I get things twisted. And I feel like it's the mandolin. Yeah. Man, anyway, but
it's all good.
Yeah, no, they're really good. I highly recommend it. Yeah,
I have to check it out.
Yeah, I feel like my music taste has been getting more sophisticated lately, and like into the jazz classy fusion, and just wanted to like.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, that's cool though. I mean, yeah, the music question is like just redundant now. Because like everybody does generally like a good variety. Yeah. But I was just curious to see what mentioning music posters and stuff and album art.
There's this really cool local band too that I kind of want to draw. I want to draw a music poster up whatever for. It's called Space Koi.
Space Koi.
They're freaking cool. They're like this like punk rocky like I'm really bad at describing music, so I'm probably but like they have this really awesome edge, and then they go into these cool like reggae like bounce moods, and then they just like jam and rock hard.
It's like a jam band.
But they have like mostly like kind of like the edge to it too, which is nice. But it's like a really cool like, and they kind of like bounce between the three themes, and they do some covers, but they do a lot of their own songs. I've been fangirling over them a little bit lately, but I have a cool music poster idea for them. So.
I was trying to think of was trying to think of some bands that I was like I went through a phase with. I wouldn't even be able to describe their music, so I mean, don't feel bad about bad descriptions. But have you ever heard of Spangle? Just need to check the camera. Spangle? You ever heard of Spangle?
No.
Okay.
I feel like you might have said that last time we hung out, and that's the only reason why it has a very...
It's like a trippy, like, groovy, almost...
I like trippy.
Like, it's
groovy.
like shit you would listen to, like, on shrooms. Or
Oh, yeah. That sounds great.
But, yeah, very trance and ambient stuff. I don't know why that they popped up in my head.
No, I always love the cool, like, trancey
Yeah.
kind of...
I do like instrumental music. But lately for me, I've been kind of sticking with sort of my roots, I say. Hip-hop. Like, hip-hop was, like, the first genre of music I really, like, got... Hip-hop and R&B that I initially really got into. Then my sister introduced me to alternative rock bands. Like, at the time, it was Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Korn.
Yeah.
And then I discovered Slipknot, and I went through like the hardcore screamo, all those subgenres. Like I went through the phase, like I remember I was really into like this, like the dubstep, like screamo phase with like Asking Alexandria, Attack and shit. Yeah, I went through all that shit as well, but now I kind of seem to. I mean, I will always love, again, going back to like soundtracks. Like I will always love soundtracks, cinematic soundtracks. But yeah, as of late, it kind of goes back to hip hop. Like even some of I like the trap beats, but I don't like the rap, like the flow.
Yeah.
I'm very particular about the rapping. But
the old school, like the old school hip hop and
more old school, especially like I know I love the beats too, but I do like the trap music, like beats, like I think they are pretty catchy. But yeah, I don't know how we got into music. Oh yeah, the album art and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I've done one like album art type of project for a friend. And I mean, it would be cool to see it in like physical form.
Yeah,
I just kind of sent the file to him, but no, it was fun, But it would be neat to see it in physical form.
Yeah,
to see it,
It'd just be so cool to just like listen to this album, and then if they like say like a few little things, like I have this little like theme kind of thing, or just listening straight to the album, just like getting the motivation, the creation, imagination from that, ideas, whatever, But I think that would just be so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, eventually.
I need to actually like practice. That's another thing. It's just so many things that I want to do, but with the work and everything, it's because I'm going to be working like 5-6 days a week, so it's gonna be a lot. But,
a lot of time management.
Yeah, I need to be better about time because I'm gonna get home like, I just want to relax.
Yeah, unfortunately, because like Art of G Terado is an LLC. I actually had to do some paperwork because my LLC is registered in Jersey still, so I gotta make the switch over.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you get to that point of like, turning into a business, it's like, yeah, you're really not gonna have days off. It will get to that point. It's gotten to that point for me several times. But I feel like not that I fear it, but it's like I'm anticipating getting to that point again to really make everything like operate right.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm gonna try to do more markets and work the day job and all this other stuff. It's it's a lot of just readjusting, time management. How do you feel about we've talked about it a couple times briefly, but the market scene here?
Oh, I love it. I mean, some markets are definitely like.
You don't think it's a little saturated? Like, because there's so many.
It does suck when there's so many, because then how can you get a lot of customers if everyone's spread out between all of them? So that definitely sucks. But I mean, there's some markets that I definitely love and I feel like do well. Like, I think the moon markets are really good.
Yeah, I've seen good turns for that.
Some of the pop-up ones sometimes are, it's kind of, I mean, last year it was like, in the beginning it was good. When it was really good in the beginning of the season when there weren't a lot of markets going on, but then once a lot of other markets start going, and also it's every Saturday too. Yeah. I feel like because it's every Saturday, that kind of like doesn't make it like as special anymore, because you're like, I can just, go whenever, but all the vendors, do change because they go to other markets, but
yeah, because I have been advertising it, and of course, like I'll mention the date that I'm going to be there, but then I also advertise I was like, either way, check it out to support other local businesses. Oh yeah,
there's a lot that go there.
But it is kind of like it can make or break your results. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, so far the ones that I follow on Instagram, they seem to have like good turnouts. Mm-hmm. So, but they, like I didn't realize. So, is it the 16th? You have pop up RVA, which I'm going to be at. And but then you said the moon market is happening there, and I think there's another market at Basic City. Oh, beer?
Basic City.
Or Basic.
Yeah, Basic City. Basic City Beer, I think, is right.
I think that's happening that weekend.
Yeah,
as well.
I have never got to work one of those. I don't know how those are. Yeah. But, it does suck because there's so many that go on at the same time.
That worries me a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. So I always feel like the Moon Market's crowd is really good and cool. Like it's a cool group. Eclectic. It's a good crew because they're like very different vendors and very artsy too, which is nice. Because sometimes you get like like the pop up and some other like the bigger ones like. They have such random vendors sometimes. I kind of look at them like, how the heck are you making money? Like,
so I went to the first one, and there were people there. It was better than it looked more packed than the Halloween one that we did.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that one. Wait.
Yeah, it was. Oh. That's the one that we met at.
Oh, that was. Oh, okay. I was getting I've been doing it for a while.
I'm pretty sure it was for Halloween though, because. Was it?
No. Yeah. Okay. It was Halloween.
It had to be because I remember bringing candy.
Oh yeah. I remember that now. Yeah. That one was kind of dead because I feel like there were so many like trunk or treat. Like there's so much going on that was actually more Halloween themed than the pop up.
Yeah. So, I could see that. Yeah. And I had no idea honestly. I didn't really know what to expect, but But this one, like, it definitely looked a little more packed. I also didn't really venture out the first time, too. Mm-hmm. I was just so, like, focused on my shit. Mm-hmm. Normally I would make rounds, but this time I was just in a different headspace. But I visited the first one that went down, and it was cool. It was nice seeing everyone out there, and there were a lot of varieties. But then... only like a couple of, I can only think of one. I don't remember the name, but I do remember one vendor, one table in particular that was actually like artwork. Yeah. So I always have like mixed feelings about that because it's like that situation can make or break me too. Like,
but it could be such different style from yours too, so that you can draw a different crowd.
So that's the hope. Yeah. Because it's like, I can stand out in a way where it'll draw attraction, or, I can stand out, but, people are more interested on just like the other stuff. Vendors that are more well known too.
Yeah, where it is, what the market is, like really affects. How well you do. Because, I did one Amelia Day, and that was awful. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Like, no, like, a lot of people right around me did not make anything. Like, it was just a lot of...
I'm also making the assumption that, like, because I'm fresh on the scene, so I'm assuming that the vendors that are there at whichever market, like, they're, like, I just assume they're regulars. So people, the community, they're familiar with them. They're followers, fans, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just, like, real, I'm just, I don't know, trying to be, like, aware and, I guess, protective about, like, all right, I got, once I go out there, like, I don't know how, like, I just
you don't want to waste money / your time. Which
I mean, yeah, it's just, like, I don't know, I guess I'm just getting self-conscious.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want people to like my work.
Yeah. Question.
But I what's up?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can,
I've been holding it for a while.
the power of editing.
I know. You said that. Like, I didn't want to interrupt the flow.
And we're back. And the train's back too. I apologize. I should have mentioned earlier that a train will most likely be passing.
That doesn't bother me. I'm sure that bothers you, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it bothers me.
Yeah.
Sometimes the mic catches it, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, it's all good. Damn, all right. So I'm just making sure everything is still rolling. I've noticed in your profile that you and we've talked about it too, rock climbing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how'd you get into rock climbing?
When I first moved down here, I went with a friend to the Midlow location, and I thought that was really cool. And I looked into getting a membership here and there. I just was like, oh, that's kind of a lot of money, because it is like $70 a month when I got my membership this past October. So because I was at Gold's Gym for a while, which is like 30, I think.
Isn't that like a bougie
oh yeah,
gym?
I hate it. It's great people watching. I love to people watch. That was great, but it felt like such a chore to go there. You know, at least the rock climbing, like, you're trying to figure out things, like, it's a full body workout too.
Oh yeah,
like, I mean,
100%.
It's great. I really, because then you have the bouldering and the top rope belay area too, so it's nice to switch off. I'm belay certified, so I can do both. I like to boulder, but I get frustrated because it's really complex moves. And bouldering is when...
I was going to say,
let's explain.
For the listeners.
Yes. Bouldering is when you're on a shorter wall. I think the peak location in the RVA is like 12 feet or maybe a little bit taller than that. And you're over a big mat, you're not tied in. So when you're doing these shorter, more complex pads, you just can fall back and you're good. And if you fall properly, I did not fall properly once, and I have a dimple now because of that. You live and learn, though.
Yeah, it's true.
And then when you're belay, you have the harness in, and then you have the ropes going up, so you have someone belaying down, like, making sure if you fall, they catch you, and then you're climbing up. But they have auto belays too, where you don't need someone, but you don't get breaks, like, in their way taller walls. So it's more endurance compared to, like, power kind of moves compared with the bouldering. So they're different, but it's really cool. I mean, because there are complex moves in the belay side too, but yeah, you're mostly trying to, like, go on more longer, hard kind of holds and stuff path. But I mean,
it requires a lot of grip strength, entire, like, upper body core strength, really.
Yeah, I mean, your legs too. Like, I gotta remember to use my legs more and stuff, because I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's just because, like, I'm getting older, but my fitness goals are shifting a little towards, like, just having more of I guess, like, body weight strength, being able to hold up my body weight, like pull-ups, stuff like that.
I need to do pull-ups, yeah.
I mean, we have, like, the pull-up bar where you can sit at the door, but in our gym, we have a gym here. Has the cable pull down machine, which is like a nice replacement.
Yeah.
But I would like to test myself. I mean, I could go wherever and test myself.
I have guest pass at the gym if you wanna.
Oh shit!
Sometime. And they have a little fitness area. I mean, you have your fitness area, but it's nice for me because they have a little fitness area too.
Yeah.
And they have yoga class, which I haven't done a yoga class yet. But no, I mean, I'm glad I made the switch. It's definitely, and there's a lot of cool people. Like, people are more like willing to talk to one another and stuff. And it's a lot of kind of like, not exactly like, but like more like mine compared to just the gym where everyone's just kind of like in their own zone, just there just for their own strict, like people go in groups and you know, like people have climbing buddies and stuff. It's like a nice social thing too. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I've met some cool people doing that and try to meet more to like teach me stuff. So
yeah, I've built when we were still in Jersey, the gym that we used to attend. Yeah, we've built you know, friendships, and even just even not friendships, or you know, just you kind of have that camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, essentially, kind of we're all like just trying to reach the same goal at the end of the day. We want to get healthier.
Yeah.
We want to get stronger.
Yeah.
All of that. Yeah, I still try to. I'm not on my artist page, not so much anymore. Because I used to post a lot of fitness content. Mm-hmm. I like that adjustment. You did
earlier.
I used to post a lot of like fitness content as well, and then I made a decision to just like make a personal account and Terado. But yeah, I'll try to like just share something to help people, especially like novice people that want to just get active again for the general health. But yeah, people like during the quarantine, I was doing these. I was like offering 5-minute workout sessions through like FaceTime.
Yeah.
And like for like a cheap ass, I think I was literally charging $5, 5 minutes. It's it's literally a 5-minute workout.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole session would probably be like 15 because I'm like breaking it down to them. Whatever.
Yeah.
But the workout was 5 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. And, okay. I was like, wow.
Yeah, and you're only paying like $5 a session, and I did the workout with them.
Yeah.
So I was literally doing the work like on top of like my whole morning routine, but that just started like adding up, like all those dividends started adding up, and I was like getting real sore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun, like helping people kind of like just get back on track. But being like a trainer is not for me. It's not. There's too many philosophies around the whole spectrum, and I just no. I stick to the art. But if people need like tips, like I'll put it out there. Just because like I used to be fat and overweight, so like I've been through. I have I know a lot of people that are like real stubborn about it, like just making the adjustment. Yeah. Because it's tough. It's not easy. It's no easy thing, but. Sometimes you gotta like. I mean, if you're in a serious situation, like it's like you need to like do this to get healthier. Like I often like have to like cut to the core of like it's like you gotta figure out your why, like like think about the people you want to live for or whatever. Especially
I have a thyroid disorder. I have hypothyroidism, so my metabolism doesn't work as well, and so I gain weight really easily, but I lose. It takes me a lot longer or / harder to like lose it. So that's another reason why I'm super glad to get into climbing, because I'm actually more motivated, and this job being
having
so
an active job.
Not even because I just get sleepy just sitting down all day, but like it's just nice to get paid to keep moving and be in shape / and then do this extra great workout that's actually motivating. Because I mean, when you conquer the paths though too, like when I do a path that I didn't think I can do, and I'm actually like, I'm about to give up, and I'm like, just one more, like I keep going, or like the super complex ones, like, like it's such a like great, like satisfying feeling, like, because I mean it's like puzzles too, it's great. It's
and you're just like discovering more about yourself. I mean it's I mean it's if not more, but just as mental as it is physical. You're going through a lot of adversity mentally too, because you don't it's like you just gotta keep trying. Like, even if your body starts feeling like it's like about to fail or whatever, you just gotta keep going. And you apply that to like anything, through a workout, through whatever. And yeah, I mean, like, that is the ultimate reward, is being able to test yourself and see results from it.
Yep.
You know. But yeah, I mean, like, it's tougher for some people, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I know it's tough as hell for me, so
it's
I
tough
know
for me too.
It's hard to stay. I was one theory that motivation is like a rubber band, so you can be like highly motivated sometimes, but if you like just keep overdoing it, you can just like burn yourself out and then just like go back. So I mean, it's definitely like
or you could snap.
That too. Yeah, either but
it's the worst case scenario.
Yeah. But no, there's always a happy medium to everything.
Yeah.
Food.
Well, like,
alcohol,
I would take it to a level where like I would create like even scenarios. Like when I used to make bonus content for Patreon. Like, I think it's still open. Like, you can still go on there and check out bonus content that I made. But I made a tier for fitness content, because this is during quarantine. So like, I was filming a lot of shit, like workouts, and again, there were like 5-minute workouts. I even created, because I used to do a desk job.
Yeah.
And I would do, when there was like a lull for like 3 minutes, I would do like 3 minutes of abs or squats or something. Like, I found ways to just like do a workout at my desk.
That's great. Yeah.
And I made content for it just to like, to really just help, like, again, like the stubborn people that like are really hard to make adjustments. Like, look, like, you can find ways to work out at your desk if you work a desk job.
Yeah.
Or even just
standing
like,
desk
or small spaces in general. Like, you can just do a shit ton of like lunges and squats and, even just plyometrics. Like, if you have enough room to do like a plank position, like,
did you do it in like a nice little suit or like khaki pants and a button up?
Yeah, I did. I swear to God.
Yes.
I swear to God. I'll future G, if you see this, grab a clip if you can. I did the whole thing. I
love it. I have like a little desk and with pencils. And,
for real, this was in our old apartment.
No, it's great. I mean, that's awesome. I love it. No, that's great.
I was doing the full desk push-ups, squats, side lunges, even stretching too. I was like, I did I think it was like a 3-minute stretching thing, and it's like all like in your office chair. I even did a video for it was an in-bed isometrics. So it's just like doing leg raises and like stretches in bed for like 10 minutes or something like that, or something like a really short time. But like, you can do anything anywhere, essentially.
Yeah, for
and
real.
actually, I got that from Bruce Lee. So
you can be like Watcher.
Legend. Huh?
You can be like Watcher. That's what he said. Right?
Oh yeah, be Watcher. Yeah, yep. Sorry, I was like. Usually, I'm saying that reference. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee. There he is.
Oh, can't really see it.
Oh no, damn it. Yeah, I apologize. The lighting is not great in this apartment. Like, when the sun is out, it's really nice because we have the.
You don't even have a window in here. Oh,
no, we don't. I know, right? We don't. Yeah, if anyone's watching, if you had any, well, this is a different angle they actually get to catch.
Yeah.
But out there in the living room, we have the skylight, right? Skylight. So when the sun is hitting through, it's nice. It is nice, but we don't have windows. Actually, we do have windows.
Otherwise, you don't have any other windows. Oh no.
Yeah, and you can't open the skylight. So when I cook steak, it's fucking smoky as fuck in here.
I love fresh air. Like, even if it's like cold, I'll still open the window for like.
I mean, it would be nice. But it's weird. Like, we have windows.
Break it open and fix it without them knowing. Then when they come in to change the apartment, they're like, oh well, I mean, they got all nice new windows, so I
don't think there's any way we can silence the glass breaking.
Hold some cardboard and some stuff on the other side.
I have no.
Just kidding. I don't know.
Well, it's like funny because where the windows are here, like there's like a weird, I don't even know if it's a stairway, but there's like a weird like gap between like our apartment and our neighbors. Like there's like this space, so we have windows that separate the other apartments going around, but you can't open them. So when like if you were to like look through the blinds, like you can see the windows to the other apartment.
Oh.
It's weird, but I don't think there's a stairway. It's like just weird open like space. But yeah, I wish we can like at least get some fresh air if we needed to. But
it's a nice place.
It's still an interesting.
It's cool.
It's a unique. You
got shelves.
Space.
You got shelves.
Yeah. Can't see the action figures, but they're out there.
They're there.
No, I'm glad we actually kind of talked about fitness a little bit. I don't talk about it enough on the podcast. And like, even though generally I do talk about art, but I do try to like get into other aspects of life.
Yeah. I've been trying to. Oh, sorry.
No. I was just gonna say because I am a big advocate of like having a healthier lifestyle and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to stretch more in the morning, and I was doing really well. And then with the new job, I've been having to wake up earlier, so I'm trying to. I'm like every night. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stretch in the morning, and then like here comes 5:30. I'm like, oh no, like
you get up at 5:30.
Yeah.
Okay, same.
It's not.
I'm up around.
I have to be there at like 7:30, and I know like because I try to wake up earlier to.
What if I text you at 5:30 like, yo, stretch?
That might actually be good. Okay.
Because I could, like, like, I'm not even just putting out there just to be like, hey, what if I do?
No,
like, I could do that.
Okay. Sometimes I might say, fuck you, okay. But no, I need that. No, I do. Because that's what the good part about going to the gym and climbing or whatever with people. The motivation and them to help you figure out what to do better and to, like, check you kind of and make sure, like, that's...
100%. I've always... That was always one of my things, too, is, like, have, like, a support system in some way. So having someone, again, motivation, inspiration... I always emphasize accountability as well. Yeah. I've always been that type of friend that would like, especially when it comes to fitness. Like if you need someone to hold you accountable on something, I'll be that guy. I'm
gonna make you climb. Oh shit! I'll hold you accountable. We're gonna go climbing at least once.
Wait, I'm afraid of heights though.
But you can go bouldering. That's a big mat.
All right. Well,
you're fine. You're all right. You're good.
I just have this thing where. Like, when I'm, like, at a certain height, I don't know how to describe it. All right, you ever,
you're so close. Like, you're figuring out what you're focusing so hard on that. Yeah, continue. It's hard to...
All right, this is about to get weird again.
Get weird.
No, all right, the feeling when your knees get weak, right? So, I get that feeling in my balls when I'm at, like... Yeah, and it's almost like I can't, like I freeze, I can't do anything. Yeah, it's just like, it's like, so like my knees are weak. It's like, but my balls are weak. That happens.
That's something.
So, like, I think climbing, like I can get through the climb, because like I can climb trees. Like if they're not hard to climb, like I'll climb trees, not high, but like I'll get to a certain height and be like, all right, that's good. It's not that, but. I imagine I can do the climbing. Well, I can.
Well, how high are you climbing in these trees until you're like, oh, I'm good?
No, not that high.
like 6 feet, 8 feet,
maybe 6 feet. I don't know. Not that high. Trust me, it's not that high.
I don't know what he says. Like 10 feet. No.
But I'll challenge myself. Yeah.
Because with the fear of heights, you're just like, just one more. And I'm gonna be there. I'll be like, one more hole, like.
Because I do like to climb. I do. Like if I see an opportunity, like I'll climb something.
But then, like the belay, like people get scared sometimes of the bouldering because they're like, oh, you're not tied. So like you might like the being tied in more because like I'm there securing you. So if you were to let go and fall, which, like, I mean. Yeah. It's just I'm there and I got you. Like so it's not hard to learn.
They're cool when rock climbing ones.
Oh, nice. We can do that together.
With our in-laws. Yeah, we can.
The day passes are like $19 or something. Or if you work for like government or healthcare or something. I think they're like, I think that you mentioned that.
Yeah, she does.
She, I think it's like 16 or something like that. So, yeah.
She probably knows that.
No, I highly recommend it. It's such a fun, great workout. So.
Yeah,
Then we can all climb together all the time, and you're gonna get hooked, and then we can go climb at places, because I really want to go climb outdoors more, because I only did the Manchester Wall once, which was really fun.
You ever see this guy that like climbs barehand? There was like this show. There was a Stan Lee show.
Oh, like what do you mean? Like, because I mean, you don't wear gloves or anything.
What's the nickname? I don't want to say like Monkey Man, but he can like climb with his bare hands. It's crazy.
Climbs with their. I mean, you don't wear it?
No, but like, oh god, I gotta like find the video. It was on this sci-fi show.
Like not tied in.
Nah, yeah, all freehand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But it was like these crazy flat walls, and I can't even describe like the weird moves he would do to like get to the top.
Okay.
But it was like on a sci-fi show that involved like Stan Lee. It was like finding like superhumans.
Oh,
I think it was called Superhuman.
I think I've seen a few episodes of what you're talking about. Yes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's a very big, like I remember.
It's old.
Yeah.
It's very old. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was like this guy from, I don't know, like I want to say like India or like South Africa, some other country.
It's like
and grip. Yeah, he just like had this crazy grip. Like he would get into these he was able to just have the strength to grip like in these cracks, and he would do this move. I remember because they would always repeat the clip, but he would find a grip, and then he would do like this weird like Spider-Man trick and go upside down to like get to the next thing, and then it was just wild.
That's cool.
Stunt, not even a stunt.
You can be the next.
Well, I don't even know. I mean, this is old, so I don't even know if he's still doing it.
Well, you can be the next that guy.
No, I have a lot of nerve. I have too much nerve damage. That's like one of like my little hesitancies. My when I grip certain things, or not even certain things, but if I just grip things like in a certain way, like just normal, but I like not necessarily pinch a nerve, but like I'll have like a light pinch, and then the shit goes numb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I have a lot of nerve damage. Like I used to have a bet when I was fat and overweight. When I was a chunker,
chunky monkey, as I call myself back in the day.
Yeah, like I used to have lower back pains. Like I had a bad habit of pinching the nerve, so I had I guess like sciatica or whatever. So I've always been in so we're intent. Like I've always like focused on lower body strength and core strength and all that lately, deadlifts and squats. But now I don't even know how I got the radial nerve. It's like this nerve that goes through your arm, but it goes through like your tricep and then
to your pinky. Oh
yeah,
sometimes I get that every now and then.
Yeah.
Well, not numb, but like it hurts a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it's uncomfortable. Yeah,
it hasn't happened in a while.
Look, don't quote me on that because obviously I'm not a doctor. All right, this isn't fake.
Well, I'm sure it might be different from everyone too. But yeah.
But a radial nerve is real. I would have to see a specialist, but I'm I wouldn't. I feel confident that's what that might be because it is what causes your pinky and whatever this finger is to go numb, and then. If it was like going through the front and going, I don't know the name of that one.
I think this is ring finger, index, middle, ring,
okay,
pinky.
But the radial nerve would go and make your, this part numb and achy, all that discomfort. Sometimes like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and my arm's like numb and I gotta like do these like stretches, rotations, and like get the blood flow going again.
If I lay on the shoulder that got messed up in that bus crash.
Ooh,
if I lay on that long enough, like I get like that too, like where it just gets like I'll wake up in the middle of the night just in pain. So I always have to sleep with a pillow. That really helps. I sleep on my stomach most of the time anyway, so I just sleep with a pillow and So then I hurt my other shoulder climbing. And then I'm like, damn, that's my fucking good shoulder. Now I'm just like, oh no, I got two bad shoulders.
Yeah.
But
damn, see, we're both like banged up. Cause like even like on this side, I like several years ago, I guess I pinched a nerve from here through my shoulder, and it was weird. I kind of like wrapped around because it felt like something like tore here in my chest. It was like, so I guess it was a nerve.
Like it ripped here and then it
like I remember when I pinched it, I say pinch, I don't know how else to describe it, but I remember having like a hard time like breathing. It was weird. Like I didn't know what I did, but then after that, because like I still worked out after.
You don't work through that.
I know. But I still did it, and then it felt more of like kind of like this side, like just the pain and the discomfort, and so then like now I mean it's been good now. If anything, this side, the nerve here has been frequent, but I just have to be careful about what I'm lifting, and that's the thing, like that too, like considering that it's like I don't need to do like max weight loads and stuff anymore. Like, like I try to focus on like workout programs that are like functional fitness.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Strength and conditioning. So like I'll still do like if I'm squatting, I'll do like 135. Maybe bump it up like another 20 pounds. But like it's like, if I can lift heavy without needing a belt, that's like a goal. That's always been a goal too. So, without pinching a nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah, because damn, damaged.
Damaged goods.
Yeah. Damn. Well, Twisty, it's been 2 hours. Just about. It's crazy.
I'd love to crack open another beer, but I'm glad you thought no.
Feel free, because
probably getting close to my bedtime.
Are you an early bird?
Well, now I am with this. I mean, especially when I first, because I used to waitress before I worked at the hemp farm, and so that was just mostly night shifts and some morning shifts, but those like 9, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock we opened, so it wasn't even that early. So now the hemp farm, I was like, oh, like what is this like brutal like day job, and then I had to like pass out by 8 or 9, and now this is even during the summer at the hemp farm it's very active, and you're outside, and the greenhouses are at least 15 degrees hotter inside than they are outside, but no, this one's like just constantly moving plants, which I like. And then I've been making like all the plant arrangements in the retail area. Like, oh man, it looks so good in there. I'll take some pictures and send it to you. They're like, you made this? And I was like, yeah, it has to be visually stimulating in order for people to want to like.
It's true.
They want to be able to like imagine it into their own household, because like it was kind of just like thrown around in there, and I was like, oh no, like this needs to be fixed. So.
No, that's true. Like I mean, I've made like mock-up photos with the artwork, just to be like, this is what it could look like if you buy print and frame it.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like that in a sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
I appreciate you doing this with me.
This was fun. I was very nervous, but I'm down to do more if you'd had me there.
For sure.
Go into some more movies or X-Men. I'm a big movie.
So yeah, I mean, absolutely. You're totally. If you ever want to just shoot the shit. I mean, that's what I use the podcast for as well. Just bringing. I mean, that I feel like I'm a broken record when I talk about it, because that is the goal. It's like to befriend my fellow artists and creators, and have friendships and hang out and do this more, and spread any kind of knowledge or anything that may apply to the listeners and viewers. Yeah, and just it's all love. It's all about spreading love. Do you want to just one more time tell the listeners where they can find you on the social media?
Yes. On the social media, you can find me at twisted_nature23. Pretty sure it's underscore. It's not like it's my private one, and I post tie-dyes. I should make another one soon, but with this, it makes me motivated to make another one. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Yeah, because you do share stuff that you're up to on there.
Yeah, but it's not like a lot. I mean, it's mostly the tie-dyes that when I do post things, but
still,
yeah.
You've announced events and stuff.
Oh yeah, like the markets that I work at and stuff. I do mention those on there. So
yeah. So especially anyone that's tuning in that might be a local in RVA, check her out. Definitely, check out the pop-up RVA at the Diamond.
Yep.
The Moon Market.
Yep. It's at Stone Brewery.
Stone Brewery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes on. Stone Brewery goes on a little longer, so you go to pop-up first, and then you go to Stone Brewery and make a market day of it. They sell alcohol at the pop-up one, beer and seltzers and whatnot, and Stone Brewery has their Stone Brew, which is really good, I suggest.
I haven't tried the brewery yet. But
their beer's good. I like their lagers and stuff. So
I plan on returning over there, checking it out.
Yeah.
And then for the people listening or watching, thanks for joining us.
Sign the petition too. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah,
that petition. SB 591.
591.
Yes.
I'm gonna send me the link.
Send the link.
I'm gonna have that in the show description along with our links for social media. But thank you for tuning in. Definitely visit the show description for all those links that we just mentioned. Hope you also enjoy this content and subscribe to Rated G on podcasts, whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. There are a lot more podcast content as well as art content that you can check out. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.